Okay, welcome back for another video in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, and today I'm going to be discussing the best free add-ons that I like to use for my flights that really enhance the realism and generally make for a more immersive flight sim experience. So, we're going to take a look at a pretty broad range of add-ons, from small UI mods to traffic injectors. We'll look at the must-have utilities for flying online and flight planning, and then finally I'll look at some cool cabin announcements along with what I think is one of the best study level aircraft in the sim, and again it's all completely free, which is just insane. So as we pan around a pretty busy Manchester airport here today, let's crack on and get started. Right, first up then, as we spend quite a bit of time on the ground at various airports, we want to have real world traffic in and around us, which just makes the airports feel alive, a lot more atmospheric. And for that we need a traffic injector, and I like to use FSLTL, which is installed via the FlyByWire installer. So I'll just pop that open now. There we go, and we just want to click on the little radar icon on the left there, and that opens up the options to install the base models package, and that's what applications like vPilot, if you're flying on the Vatsim network, or Beyond ATC, which is what I'm using today, those applications will scan the models and match them to real world aircraft, which is great. And then we've got the standalone FSLTL injector, which will add aircraft based on sort of real world operations depending on what airport you're at. And let's just check how that looks from our drone camera. As you can see, it's obviously a lot more realistic than what we get in the base sim. All our models are accurately matched. We've got an EasyJet pushing back there for taxi, so yeah, it just makes the apron feel a lot more alive. Just make sure you do switch off the in-sim traffic from the settings, otherwise they will clash with the FSLTL models. Okay, moving on then, and I've only just recently discovered this next mod. It's a setting that I think should be in the sim anyway. You know when you move your mouse around like this, and the handlebar at the top automatically appears. It really gets on my nerves, especially when I'm trying to create a thumbnail or a video. It's an absolute immersion killer, and you can get rid of it, so I will show you how we do that. So you need to head over to flightsim.to and then search for handlebar mod MSFS 2024, which is what I've got on screen here, and then it's just as simple as downloading it, unpackage the file and drop it into your community folder. And back in the sim to demonstrate that then, as you can see, as I move my mouse around, no handlebar at the top at all. Even when I move the camera around from side to side, still no handlebar. And if you want to use the menu, you just still hover over at the top, and then you can use the menu as normal. It just gets rid of the handlebar, which is only a small little mod, but makes quite a big difference. Right, next I'm going to talk about a must-have tool when you're flying on the Vatsim network. So head over to vatsim-radar.com, and it basically shows you every single pilot and controller who's currently online. You can see all the little blue planes, and if I just zoom out across Europe, you can see all the different bits of airspace that are covered. And if I hover over Frankfurt, you can see we've got Langen radar is online, and we can click on that particular controller. Then it opens up another window. It tells us how long the controller's been online, gives us all the latest ATC information as well, and that's invaluable when you're mid-flight and you can see what airspace you're going to be flying into, what frequencies you need to tune to, and that kind of thing. We can also track other pilots on the network. Let's click on this guy here, and it gives us all the information about his flight. He's flying from Stuttgart to Heathrow, and it also gives us his current speed, altitude, heading and squawk as well. So it's very, very cool. It's particularly handy when you're sort of at the flight planning stage of things. Let's go over to Manchester, where we're currently sitting, and you can see it's got all the current departures, the filed flight plans and the arrivals. And if we just hover over the little green G, that is our ground controller that is online for Manchester. It's got the latest ATC info there as well. And we can also check the latest ATIS information if we hover over this little yellow A here, and that gives us all the latest information that we would need to read back to our controller. So yeah, it's a really excellent tool. I use it all the time for pretty much every flight I do. It's handy just to check before you even spawn in. You can see what stands are available, just so you don't spawn in on top of someone else. And as a bonus, it works straight out of the browser, so no software to download either. Okay, so that's Vatsim Radar. Let's move on to our next must-have utility, which is SimBrief. Right, so when it comes to flight planning, SimBrief is my go-to tool. It generates professional quality flight plans, just like real pilots. Simply type in your departure and arrival, select your aircraft, and SimBrief does the heavy lifting. And best of all, it integrates directly into pretty much every aircraft I fly. So we've got the Phoenix A320, the PMDG 777 and the 737. We've got the Inibuild A350, the iFly 737 MAX 8, all of them have SimBrief import, which is awesome. And one of SimBrief's most powerful features is its performance calculator. It helps you determine takeoff and landing performance based on your aircraft weight, weather, conditions and runway data, and it will give you your relevant flap settings along with your V speeds for takeoff. Right, next up we are going to look at some cabin announcements, and I use Luke Air Tool, which as you can see has pretty much every airline you could possibly wish for. We are flying Emirates today, so I will select that, and then we can select announcements from every stage of the flight. So let's click on our welcome message.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard. This is your captain, and along with everyone else in the crew, I'd like to welcome you, a warm welcome aboard, and do hope you're going to enjoy the flight. Sit back, relax, and we'll talk to you again when we get closer. Thank you.
Ground stop, please leave the aircraft. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm your purser today, and on behalf of my entire cabin crew team, I would like to welcome you on board this Emirates flight, and welcome back to our Emirates Skywards and Qantas frequent flyer members. If there's anything that we can do to help you, please let us know. Thank you.
نرحب مجددا بأعضاء إماريتس سكايوردز والأعضاء الدائمين لكوانتس. أفراد الطاقم الحدنا اليوم يأتون من 13 دولة ويتحدثون 13 لغة. أرجع عد التردد ترصد منا في وقت خلال الرحلة وشكرا.
We're now getting ready for takeoff. Please switch off your laptop and put it in the overhead locker. Other electronic devices such as mobile phones, e-readers and tablets must be in flight mode or switched off. This aircraft is equipped with Wi-Fi and mobile phone services, so we'll let you know when you can connect during the flight. Thank you. Cabin crew, prepare all doors and cross-check. Prepare all doors and cross-check.
That sounds great, doesn't it? So that is Luke Air Tool, definitely one of the more immersive add-ons, I would say. Okay, so one last add-on I'd like to discuss. How could I possibly do a video on the best free add-ons for Microsoft Flight Simulator without looking at the majestic FlyByWire A380X? It's not only the best free aircraft in the sim, it's probably one of the best aircraft full stop. Honestly, the system depth is incredible, interior and exterior modelling looks absolutely stunning, and it handles amazingly well. So if you want to get your hands on the world's largest passenger aircraft, what are you waiting for basically? You do need to run the development build to drop into your 2024 community folder, but honestly, it works a treat. Right, I'm going to leave it there for today guys. That concludes my look at the best free add-ons for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. If you've got any you think I should add to the list or try out, do let me know in the comments below. But that's it for now. If you did enjoy the video, give it a like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks very much for watching. Bye bye.